All right.
Hello.
Aloha's, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Mid-States Live here. Tonight, we're going to have our custom tutorial segment 2. Let me get this door closed.
Well, the notification just now went out. There we go. All right, now we're live.
Oh, well, there we go.
And so far, it's just me and you.
Bueller. There we go. Now we're live.
There we go. I'm seeing some people pop in.
Oh, there's Troy. How are you?
What up?
We're going to spend some time at his place this weekend.
Yes, we are. All kinds of time over there. It's going to be a good weekend.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. And then while we're waiting for Wayne to pop in, I guess we can talk about this weekend since we're, 2 this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a good show, I think, on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time, as always. Tons of vendors, racetracks. Oh, it's going to be a good time.
Yep. Now, we won't have the Sizzler track because Dell is going to be hanging out in Mason City, so he'll get to say hi to Barb and everything like that.
Which is a good show, too, if you have never made
Yes.
the pilgrimage up that way. It's a great time. So
I had a lot of fun up there. Yes, it will, Troy. It'll be a very good time. So for those of you who don't know, we have to do this at the end of the show tonight. This is our Advent calendar given to us by the All Iowa group. So we'll punch out day number 1. Sunday from 10 to 3 in Elmwood, Nebraska, we will have our Christmas show. We're going to have an adult gift exchange where you can sign up and then we'll just draw names out of a hat. Price is $20 to $25. The kids attending will get a free Christmas gift donated by the club and a few other people. And Miss Terry's going to be leading up that charge along with, I think, maybe Braxton and Mr. Hot Wheel Hunter as well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have our normal 50-50 cash split raffle. We'll have the downhill track plus 60-ish, might be plus 1 or 2 tables there of diecast awesomeness for everybody. I think there might be a couple folks from the Capital City Club down in Topeka that might be coming this way as well. They said they were interested.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What are your thoughts there, Mr. Brent?
I'm really looking forward to the downhill racing because when we were down in the Kansas area, I found myself a new racer. So I'm super excited to run my new race car. It's going to be a rip race, and I know that I'm hoping to take down Mr. Hot Wheel Hunter. So, yeah, I'm super excited about that. It's going to be a good time. So, yeah, that and just getting to see everybody and hang out with the family, and Miss Deb's going to be there, and it's been a while since we've had a chance to hang out with Miss Deb, and Greta is excited, as we are as well. It's just going to be a good day. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to find some really cool stuff. And as always, we always find good stuff at these shows. Doesn't matter what show that it is, you always find something cool that you didn't have before. So it's always a good time.
So one other thing I want to put out too is we can start setting up at 6. Now we have to put the tables, get them lined up and get them arranged and figure out where everybody's going. But we could use maybe 1 or 2 more people than the folks that have already said that they were planning on coming down Saturday night, and we appreciate those.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't
I'll be
said I
there
was going to
too.
be there. All right.
It just helps us get things done a little bit quicker, makes things easier for Sunday morning, so we don't have to do so many other small things to get ready. So we'll do that. We do. Oh, Hot Wheel Hunter says he's got a new. Oh, the FTE Caddy will be there.
The FTE Caddy's going down.
Uh-oh. I think a challenge has been set.
It's been said, yes. Yeah, I got something that's going to beat that Cadillac, so I'm ready for it.
I know. I saw it. It's pretty cool. Oh, Greta and Derek might be coming down as well.
Awesome.
We might be able to. I know there's food down there, so we might eat a little bit while we're working. We'll have a good time with it. That's what we're about. We want to have folks, hanging out, having a good time. The cars take care of themselves, really, as far as that goes. Please pay attention to Nebraska 511, but I'm not expecting any weather. It's supposed to be low 40s, actually.
It should be a good clear day for it. So,
yep. Again, it's always free to get in and hang out with us, so we're going to do that. Otherwise, I think that's about all I got it for club stuff. We do have a few cars that need to get delivered to folks, so if you're wanting to come out and you haven't gotten your car yet, please do so. We want to get these done. Yeah, Greta, don't mention that. You're ruining it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 60 in this area tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, he says it's ripped, so I'll have to be for other challenges.
All right. Well, I'll
Yes.
open it for the Rip It race, and then I'll challenge you.
And then keep an eye out on the for the plows. Yep. Other than that, that's really all I've got. We're just waiting on Mr. Wayne to get in. Is there anything else you want to talk about here real quick? Or is there any questions or comments from the folks out here before we get started?
Let's see. Trying to think of what's all happened in the last week since we've been live.
Well, there is one thing that's happened.
Oh, Dave's here. Know. Dave's here and ready to learn.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I don't know. Wayne teaching something. This could be funny. This could be good. The peanut gallery is here.
I need to run up to the garage and grab my ripper, because it's not just a normal ripper. It's going to be a custom eventually. So I need to get started on that. So, but I'm not going to start drilling tonight. So,
well, let's see what else. We could talk about all the damage from the Camaro foil cards.
Yes, we can talk about that weird thing. I mean, there was no, and we're talking about the 20th anniversary Camaro from the RLC, in case you weren't 100% on board with that. They were coming out in two versions. There was a regular card, and then there was a foil card, which was the chase. And from what I saw, it seemed like there was more chases that were going around than the regular versions. Sadly, I am not in the chase category as of yet. I have one more eventually showing up at my house. I don't know when. I didn't get notification that the first one was shipping, and I actually had to go back into my order history and double check that I actually ordered two, because I haven't received the second one yet. And I got the first one a while ago, so I was kind of on the that's kind of strange theory. But so yeah, I'm still waiting. But it looked like a lot of people enjoyed or were receiving their chases. There was a lot of chases that were getting delivered, and hopefully I'll be on that table as well eventually. Like I said, I got one more coming. So, but what you're referring to is the destruction of Mr. Gary Bell's poor chase foil.
Yeah, that poor guy.
That one was a little rough. That is probably the worst, probably the second worst shipping picture I've ever seen for damage wise.
Okay, so we got one real quick question before we bring Wayne on. He did pop in, so hopefully he can hear us. He just needs to unmute his mic when he gets on there. There we go. So I know he can hear us. So Hunter wants to know, what did everybody think about the Ripathon? Well, here's my thoughts. I think it was an excellent idea. And I can't wait to do it again. I thought it was very spontaneous as well. I did like the Iowa-Nebraska thing going back and forth as well. The right team prevailed, thank God. Yeah. So that was good in and of itself. And what do we have for the final count there, Brent?
I don't know how many cars were ripped, but there was 20 live videos. So there was 20 different instances where at least one car was ripped. And I know that, I opened quite a few. I think I opened about 6 or 7 cars. So, you figure we probably opened close to 50 of something cars. So I'll have to go back and do a final count, and then maybe we can beat that. Maybe we can beat that for the next one, which I believe is New Year's Eve/day. So
yeah,
that'll be a good time, and I know for a fact that it will definitely be getting some ripping going on this side of the fence. So we'll slip this in there. Any chance Jordan should be more valuable than others?
It's about as valuable as a burned Volvo.
Speaking of that, so you're going to get that framed and hung on the wall?
Oh, it's already up there. It's in the Protecto. I don't know about having it framed. It's not quite gasser worthy.
No, it's not. But it's still funny, though.
It is. It's glorious. I don't know what happened to Wayne. He was here and he dropped out, so I don't know what happened.
All right, well, I'm going to drop off for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab something.
Okay. Well, he disappears. I'll keep rambling to try to entertain you, which I know is pretty unusual, because who knows if I can entertain anybody. Oh, there he is. Let's get him on before he disappears. Here's Mr. Wayne Heede. How are you, sir?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, we've got you, Lima Charlie.
I'm sorry? You're very low on mine on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. But we can hear you just fine.
All right. So I'm going to set this up, and hopefully you guys can see me. I'll check these lights. There you go. Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Hi, everybody.
Wait.
I haven't seen you two guys since the last convention. It's been a while.
No, not since LA.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
I believe the last time I saw that man over there with the headphone on and his hand on his chin, he was down on one knee asking somebody a question.
Well, that would have been Dallas.
That's true.
Yeah. With that little pink car.
Yeah.
So,
that little
I understand. Car. Again, I apologize. I can't really hear. So, if you guys have questions, I'll stop. I understand we wanted to go over some wheel swap basics.
Yep. That is the goal for tonight.
So I don't know how basic you want me to go, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. And again, if you need more advanced, we'll go from there. First, you have to pick the car. Pick a car. And then we all love to rip them open. Yeah, we love that.
You've done that a couple of
main
times.
Lines. So the way to start is pick your car. If you look at the bottom, every one of them has holes. I don't know if you guys can see, so please let me know if you can. Where the rivets are here and here at the bottom, there's 2 ways of starting this. You can either drill them out and have the car exposed to make it easier to do a wheel swap. That's the simplest way. Or you can cut the wheel itself off, force your own axle in, and then you have a untouched car with new wheels. That's a little bit more advanced because you got to learn how to do axles. So we'll start with the simple one. For safety, I'm going to remind everyone, make sure you have a safe place to work. I'm going to do it over this little plastic tray so the metal slivers don't go anywhere.
There you go.
so that my wife won't yell at me. Because I'm in the man cave, but I still get yelled at.
It happens.
So the simplest solution is to start with 3 separate drill bits, just because it makes it easier. And yes, I actually have all of them available to show you.
Nice.
I do 3 separate drill bits solely because I try to make the holes better. So you start with a 3/32 DeWalt bit, nothing fancy. That is equal to that literally fits that little hole right there in the car. And I'll show you that when I zoom in on it to cut it. So that's the first one. Then I use a larger bit, 5/32 or larger, to actually snap the ring. And you'll hear that. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Drill low and slow, and it snaps the ring off, and the car pops right open. And then the third bit is if you decide to start screwing your cars back together with a 2x56 millimeter button head screw. This is so you can drill that, and then there's a tap you can buy. It makes it a little easier. So the basics, we're going to start with that. The best part about this is getting to drill holes in cars. Yay! I love this part. But again, safety's first, and make sure you have a safe place to work. I don't recommend doing it in your hand because there's a danger that you're going to drill through it. But because for this demonstration, I'm going to have to. I'm going to attempt to move the camera. So please let me know if you guys can see this. I'm going to move it into the box a little better. Roll up my sleeves and get to work. So if you look right here, I'm going to zoom in on it. Try to get the camera. Sorry about this. This is my first podcast, so you just literally set it up in the hole. You should have something set to drill it on it. Drill in a little bit to get a bite. Nothing crazy. Again, put it on surface if you can, but for the purpose of the video, I'm holding it because I've done a couple of thousand of these. So you drill both sides, front and back. You only want to go in enough to sink the hole. And swap out your drill bit. Go with something a little bigger. And then literally, I'm going to try to make this as close as I can. And as slow as I can. Sorry about that. I should have had my laptop, but I was running late getting here. You want to just roll really slow. And you'll hear, again, most of the time you'll hear the ring crack. Of course, for the demo, it's not going to.
Of course not.
So you drill out the top and bottom with 2 different depths. You get a nice clean look. Almost, I don't know if you can even notice it. I'll try to use a non-chrome one next. And for the purpose of this video, it did not break.
We do have a question.
How do you know when to stop the drill?
Yeah.
Ideally, you're only going in. I mean, it's hard to. It's literally less than an eighth of an inch, because you don't. Okay. What you don't want to do is drill deep down into the post. So you want to start with a very small, just enough to break the seal. And when that fights you like this one wants to, you take one of those little teeny screwdrivers, wedge it in the wheel, pop the car open.
So that was from this new customizer by the name of Dave. He's from Baltimore. Maybe you've heard of him.
The tighter that, again, and I apologize for the volume. Hopefully, I don't know what he's saying, but I see him smiling. Says about Baltimore. So now you have the car apart. For those who have never taken one apart, most Hot Wheels are 4 pieces. An interior of the windshield, top and the bottom. So throw the parts away. Work on this first. So I saw a message but couldn't see what it said. Oh, that's from Dave in Baltimore. Somebody's making sarcastic comments. Good thing I can't hear him. On every car, there are 3 prongs that look like this that hold the axle in. Ideally, what you want to do is spread those open with a screwdriver so that you can get the axle out. So you want to take it literally, I don't know if I can make this work for you guys to see it. You're literally just going to pry it open enough to get under it, and the axle will pop off. Now you have disposable parts because they're plastic. A lot of people swap out plastic for plastic because it has a lot to do with the car itself. Personally, Hot Wheels did everybody a favor, in my opinion, when they merged with Matchbox. Because Matchbox has some really cool wheels that look very dated and age appropriate for some cars. I pulled those out yesterday, and of course I can't find them right now because I was rushing to get back here.
It happens.
Bear with me, folks.
No worries.
Where did I put them? There they are. Hang on one second.
The trick is not
I don't
to
have
spill
the,
anything.
I don't have the space I used to have. So, in this little bag of fun are different versions of Matchbox wheels. That you can, again, these are two different versions of it. To me, it's all about wheel swaps are based on what makes the car look right. So you put the car back together and you eye it up before you put it back together. You kind of look at it. This wheel fits, in my opinion, again, it's just my opinion, fits the car better than the one Mattel put on it. They put that little plastic fancy wheel on it. That, to me, looked more appropriate for the car. So it's just a matter of changing it for your personal opinion, personal taste. That's the joy to making customs. It's solely about what you want. So you put two of those little shiny chrome ones in. You're literally going to do the same thing in reverse. You're going to take the little plastic tab. You're going to separate. Make sure we go there. You're going to separate it with your screwdriver. Always work away from your hands. Don't work to your hands, because you don't want to stab yourself. Anyone who's ever done this will poke themselves, and they will drill into their finger if they don't pay attention, especially with the new drill bit. So you wiggle it out, get it open enough to be able to set it back in. Sorry, I know this is really not probably helping you guys much.
No, it's
Nope,
perfect.
you're doing good.
All right.
You're doing
Again,
good.
I can't see what you see. So you set it in place, and you literally snap them back down. Now, you snap them back into place. You flip the car back over. You hear that little snap?
Yep.
If you drill it just tight enough to pop it apart like you had to, you hear that snap. The car will stay together. You don't need screws or glue. And now we have the same car with a more to me, a more appropriate rim. More traditional to the car. Dated. This is the kind of rim the car would have had.
Mm-hmm.
Because that fancy wheel, that fantasy wheel that Mattel put on it, that did not exist when this car was built. Just simple switch. Again, it's literally just a simple switch over.
Okay,
To me, that makes the car look more appropriate. Now, I do have a special prize for everybody today, because I know I've seen your videos. You guys love to pop open RLCs and supers and all that fun stuff. So we are going to drill.
No.
Where'd the other one go?
And that's perfect for the question that's right up there.
What was that?
The question, what's the most
expensive car I've ever drilled? $50 RLC. I've swapped a couple of RLCs out, and I'm about to do another one. Unlike one of my buddies, I'm about to drill this car out.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah. Yes.
Nick,
I'm doing
again.
I literally saved this wheel swap for this event because I knew at least one person other than the two. Again, I didn't think Brett would cringe, but I know some people were going to cringe when I drill this and change the wheels.
So does that one have the antenna on the side of the passenger side?
But in fairness, there's a little paint chip on it, so it's not.
Right.
So it's right, exactly. So swap it out, pop the wheels.
Yeah.
Now the there's only one rivet to pop with this one, so it's less work. But it's still a wheel swap. So we're going to do the same thing. Swap it out. Change out your bits. Go back to the small bit first. For the weak at heart, don't look. This is going to hurt you.
Alice, it's not an RLCP, so we're doing all right.
You just drill in a little bit. And again, I'm going to try to give you a visual. Can you see the tip of the drill? Sorry, my light comes on.
Yes, we
If
can.
you can see the tip, that's about how far you drill in. We're talking just a teeny bit. Don't need to be deep. You don't need to go real deep unless you're going to start tapping them. Then you do the same thing again. You drill with the other bit. If you catch it right, going slow, sometimes the car will actually pull apart with the drill bit. I like to keep them as tight as I can so they pop when I put them back in. And this one's going to fight me because it doesn't want to be drilled. This is in your honor. It's hanging on for life here. But because of that, we're going to maneuver just a hair. We're going to make these wheels come off. Now it pops out. Same thing. The difference being is that when we put it back together, we're just pushing the front end. So here, you have to decide what looks better with this car. What's going to make this little race car look a little bit more realistic? So
4 spokes.
I have a couple selections that I need to reach for. So excuse me one second. I got to go get them. By the way, I'll take a quick... You can come with me real quick. Can you see all those cases?
Yeah.
Those are all jammers full of wheel donors.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I did just say that out loud.
Wow.
I have too many. If that's even possible.
No, I don't think it's too. I don't.
I'm going to move you over here real quick. Uh-oh. What'd I do to you guys?
We're here.
Stay
There
with
you
us.
are.
I have these nice little things from Michaels. They're photo cases. So I hold all my wheels in. Because when you have too many... Oh, I want that pink Thunderbird, by the way.
No.
I'm going to drill... That...
Oh.
Oh no! He hit the exit. He'll be right back, folks. Yeah,
If you guys have any
drilled
questions for Wayne, feel free. He is. He's not ashamed or afraid to drill anything.
of anything.
And hopefully he'll get to be able to pop back on here in just a second because this is really fun to
All
watch.
right,
so.
Evan, it was good seeing you. Thanks for popping in. If you're in the area, come out Sunday from 10 to 3 in Elmwood at what are you ripping, Brent? Well, here's what I'm ripping.
Well, I'm not.
We got a question.
I'm not first to say ripping anything. I'm just getting ready for my next custom project. I bought this from a great guy down in Lincoln, and he said that I had to send him progress pictures of what I did to it. So I'm going to drill this car. I'm going to rope it tonight, and then I'm going to drill it, and then I'm going to put some pictures of me drilling it. So that way he knows that I did not buy this for my private collection. I am buying this to drill. So.
All right, Brian, we'll look forward to seeing you and whoever else comes with you Sunday.
Looking forward to it.
Are you going to drill it now?
I mean, I could, but I don't have to.
No. We got to wait for Wayne to come back. So, yeah, I mean, I learned quite a bit here. I always go much deeper when I'm drilling mine because I do the tap and screw method, but nice. Uh-oh.
Go ahead and get this thing open. Brand new, fresh out of the package, bone shaker. Wheels a little off. There we go. Now we're good to go.
All right, there he is.
That was embarrassing.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That's okay.
Don't drill that way. You're going to hurt yourself.
Fine.
So we're going back to the same thing. It's got the same tab as I mentioned. Every car has either a 3-prong. When you open it up, most of the plastic bases have 3 prongs. Can you see the 3 prongs in there?
Yep.
They just prime open. Again, plastic bases are easy to work with because they just pop right out. I mean, they literally just pop right out. Just kind of reach in, get a grip. Just be careful because they like to fly all over the room. Cats love those things. That's why I said you have to be careful. For the younger viewer, you might want to make sure it's okay with mom and dad first, especially when you're borrowing dad's drill. So, again, plenty of wheel options. You have to have an idea what you want to do. I've been thinking this is the right wheel for that car. It's a nice 5-spoke. So we're going to find the car. And before I close anything up, I always put them on there and take a look. Is it what I like? Does it look right? And I kind of think that looks right for the car. It gives it that sporty, racy look. Can you guys see that?
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
It's nice.
That does look good.
It fits the car. But there's always that other option. And that's where the fun of having too many wheel donors is you can go to a different type of wheel. Which, it's okay, but it's not quite as sporty.
But you can mix and match too, right?
Oh, you can do anything you want. You can put white ones on there. Again, because of the white lettering, sometimes I'll use a white wheel. Silver, gray, you name it, it's available. The joy to the hobby is there's so many options out there that these just happen to be pre-cut wheels that I want to put on there. Out just for anybody who's looking for these or anything close to it, Allied Express is a basically Japanese version of eBay. The wheels are dirt cheap. And I'm talking that set of wheels under $1.
Whoa.
They have specials where they have 79 cents for wheels. They do 80 sets of tires for $8, $10. They do there it is. They do all kinds of Allied Express, not Allied. It's a great website. It's a place to get some really cheap toys.
I might have to check them out because I'm always looking for some new wheels. So,
right. Well, I'll grab the link and I'll share it with the whole club.
Cool, appreciate it.
And you just pop the car back together, and boom.
Does it roll?
You insult me. You insult me. So, yes, it rolls.
I couldn't pass it up.
I know. There have been questions in the past about some of my cars not rolling because I have been known to put some rather large wheels on Hot Wheels. That's the joy as you play with this hobby and the deeper you get into it, you can start putting oversized wheels on Hot Wheels. I actually like to put Data truck wheels on my Hot Wheels. And if anyone saw the build off between me and Kevin and our other program, the C4 Club, I actually did a build off with Kevin and I put Jada truck wheels on top of a Chevelle station wagon or under it.
Nice.
And turned it into a crazy monster truck.
Yeah, these wheels were put on. I bought this one from a guy that customized it, and it does not. The wheels in the back are so big that it will not move.
So, well, that wasn't one of my jobs.
No, it wasn't because yours functioned.
You know what? Not all of them. And that's part of learning.
That's true.
That's part of learning. And when I've done so many, and I've learned that sometimes you have to work it. You have to. It gets a little advanced where you're going to end up starting to tub out the car. I can show you a brief
snippet of I don't want to say too much because Kevin and I are going into a contest. But this is a 69 Camaro that you can clearly see the wheels have been extremely tubbed out
Yeah.
compared to a stock 69 Camaro. Here's the stock version. And here's the Wayne custom version.
Very nice.
Because
Wow.
Wayne went a little extreme and put these monsters on the back.
Wow.
Now,
Now, to clarify what those monsters are, they are AFX car wheels. They do not belong in a Hot Wheels car. They do not fit until you do a lot of crazy stuff.
and this is why we wanted you on the show, because
And yes,
of that.
right. That is what monster tires on your Camaro could look like.
That's cool.
But this is a two-tone custom contest car that Kevin and I are going head-to-head with. But I want to show you guys another version of that same Camaro. If
I
you
like
don't,
the detail.
well, this is all Mattel except for the detailing. I did the details myself. But those wheels are not Mattel. Anybody want to venture to guess where they came from?
Probably M2 or Greenlight, because
There
if
you
I
go.
know you.
M2 wheels. You look how fat they are.
Ground pounder?
No, these are actually just stock M2 cars. Ground pounders are huge. These are stock right here, actually. You guys can buy these in the store all the time. That when you buy the Greenlight, or I think these were actually Greenlight, or M2. A lot
M2s.
of M2s have 3 sets of tires
Yeah.
plus the car. $6-7, you get 4 sets of wheels. Wheels on the car plus the extras. I love these because they make anything look cool. Literally anything look cool.
Nothing can make a Camaro look cool.
I can. The 40 Ford pickup truck, that new one that just came out, it's an ugly blue color. It's been fixed. It has M2 wheels on it.
Those
Nice.
actually look pretty good.
And again, the only thing you have to do different, and that's why I wanted to show one of these, the only thing you need to do different on your car is you need to take a needle file. You can buy Harbor Freight for like $7, the set of them, and file out the channel where where the axle was.
Mm-hmm.
File it out a little bit, because M2 axles are thicker than Mattel wheels. If you want it to roll, you need to file it out a little bit so that the car will roll. If you don't want it to roll, it doesn't matter. But it's
There
cool
you
when
go.
they roll. They roll.
Well, it's got to roll.
Gotta roll. Because you
Yeah,
get a lot of flack if they don't roll.
Yeah. I actually
Yes.
used M2 axles and wheels on my Mercedes 3D SEL that I did for LA in 18. It actually had M2 wheels on it in the back. So
Correct.
yeah, they were
Okay.
it was M2 57 Chevy axles.
Now, when you really want to get crazy and save yourself some aggravation, okay.
So there is a rough count.
How many have I done? You don't want to know.
No.
It's well over 4 figures. I'm well into probably 2,000 or 3,000.
Wow.
It's like half my collection.
Walk with me. I don't know how to reverse the camera, so I'm going to turn it this way. If you can you guys see that car case?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everything in here has either been wheel swapped or painted or both. I don't keep anything original.
No,
And
he doesn't.
these are some of my pride and joys up here. Can you see my truck collection?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm obsessed with this truck period
Wow.
correct wheels, crazy M2 wheels, more M2 wheels, Matchbox wheels.
Wow.
That
That's
looks
cool.
good. I like the Johnnies on that one, on the blue one there.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, those are Johnny wheels, aren't they?
Yep. These are all Johnny Lightning wheels. It's just
That's
something
so
that makes
cool.
it look a little bit more appropriate. But that's why this section is here. And then the real obsession. Did you guys see that case?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all F-150s. They're all custom, and they've all got wheels on them.
Wow.
And there is not an F-150 that has been spared.
No, actually, I do have the originals, just not many. I did save one of everything, but I like it's one of my favorite castings, so I like to take the wheels off of it and swap it out. In fact, we're gonna do one tonight.
Nice.
Out of respect for everyone in there, the one that everyone said was so hard to find in Walmart. I hope this doesn't make anybody cry.
No,
Well,
you're good.
A
No.
little bit. Anyway, I kind of want some people to cringe because I like this. We like that noise. But the same thing applies. It's the same thing. Again, it's a good-looking truck. Gorgeous truck, just the wrong wheel.
Yeah, those wheels. I hate those wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I have probably about 1,000 of those in a plastic bag. If anybody needs any, I will ship a whole bunch of plastic wheels your way.
It still reminds me of the charity auction when you were trying to get all of those wheels. I think that was
Oh my God,
that was
those
LA.
bags. Yes.
Yes.
Those bags. Oh, yes. Yes. Ironically, I'm glad I didn't win those. I really am. Because when we were in Pittsburgh, my first convention was with Pittsburgh with Roy and Dave and those guys. I met a guy named Hot Wheels Bob. And he had a bin of Real Riders on his bed, $2 a piece. Johnny Lightnings, just a bunch of everything in there. And I jokingly said, I gave you $2 a piece for all of them, or I'll give you $1 a piece for all of them right here, right now. He said, okay, and flipped it over and counted them. There's probably 400 cars in that thing. So I had a whole bunch of Real Riders. I believe you were with me in Dallas when I had that ridiculous suitcase of Real Riders.
That was that. Oh, yeah.
I had a black duffel bag. It was a big duffel bag full of Hot Wheels. It was 88 pounds worth of metal. When they scanned it at the airport, they actually called in security because they couldn't see through it. It scared the girl that much. So they had to come take a look.
Yeah, and then you had to use my backpack to put some more stuff in, too.
Yes, I did. I borrowed your backpack to get more stuff home because I went crazy over there. Had I brought this with me, I would have just had wheels and I would have thrown everything else in the garbage can out there.
Ugh.
Or left it behind.
Wow.
So let's have some fun real quick. We're going to do this again. We're going to drill a car out. Again, you only need to go in a little bit. Just enough to pop the wheel. The pickups are really specific. You got to be careful with because you will go through the back. So with a pickup, I don't know if you guys can see the dent version.
Yep.
But you really just barely need to get in the car. Let me try this. To give it a visual just how far that is. It's just the first thread of a drill bit. So we pop the other side. I was so obsessed for a long time. I had separate drills for each one of my drill bits. But,
Nice.
it was just quicker.
It gets
You got to be
expensive.
efficient.
Just go low and slow. Did you hear that crack?
Yes,
That's
definitely.
the ring breaking off. It's right there.
Yep.
That's how you know if you've done it right. If you can take that ring right off the drill bit.
Correct. And
Yep.
that's what the car looks like without the ring on it. It
There he
truly
goes,
looks like an
focusing.
unspun.
Yep.
But yeah, it's hard to do that when it's in your hand because a lot of times you're not paying attention. if you get the right bite. If you don't, you got to work it a little bit. But just the biggest thing is to be careful because you have to make sure those little metal slivers end up in a safe place. So now we pop it apart. Same thing applies. We have the truck, and it's soon to be wheelless chassis. Same thing. It's still a 3-pronger. You just pop it open. A lot of them you don't even need to. You can just literally take them open. Right? You can literally just angle them and pop them right out. But you just want to make sure that you keep the channels usable. So the big question comes in now, what wheel do we put on this? Of course, you know me, I got to do something crazy, right? So we're going to pull out this custom set of wheels. The white one is somewhere. Where'd it go? Those wheels I showed you guys, those inexpensive white wheels, I put a larger tire on the back. So now I have an offset.
Nice.
Right? This is basically a Mattel wheel, an old Ram off of one of the thousands of cars that I have. Traditionally, it's just a clear, the solid rear wheel, the solid chrome rims. Some people think they belong on there more than others, but I've never put the white ones on here yet, so I wanted to look at it, and you guys are going to be with you the first time we see it.
Actually, I like that.
So now we have white wheels. So the challenge here, which is why I wanted to do one of these, the axle is way longer than the car. This is what you're looking at. You have a couple of options. This, I don't know if you guys can see, that's how much longer the axle is.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I always hated that.
So I have a workaround. I'm not a real big stickler about that little knot or that tip. I don't care about the cap. A lot of people really want that authentic cap look on their wheel. And if you need that, then you can't do what I'm about to do. If you don't care, get yourself a nice pair of side cutters. Just cut the tip off. Now I can make this axle any length I want it to be and just make it shorter. And then just use a little glue to hold it in place.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually taken it to an extreme because I'm kind of lazy. And I'll be honest, it's kind of lazy. And I've done so many, it's quicker for me. Go to Hobby Lobby. Sienna wire. Can you guys see that code?
602201.
Right. That code, if you look right below it where it says 5497, right there.
Yeah.
So I try to hold it up where you guys can see it. Right there. This is the thickness of the wire to use. It is literally the same width as those axles. You set it in place. I will tell you all now, be prepared to stab yourself the first time you do this, because unless you get used to it, you only want to give it just a teeny bit of room so that when you push it through, you don't push it all the way into your thumb. I recommend the first couple hundred times you do this, don't do that. Use something hard surface. But you can push that in just low and slow. Now you have the wheel. And I can cut this to any axle length I need. This is why I think it's easier. There's no glue. Every time I use super glue, I end up sticking the wheel together and I can't get the car apart, even after this many wheel swaps. So you lay it in place, you get a feel for what you need. Get your snips in place. Line it up, figure out what you need. Pull it back out. Quick snip. Quick push together. Like I said, I've done a bunch of these, so I'm used to doing it without cutting my finger too much. Push it in. Now I have the same solid axle that I had before.
That's crazy.
And now it fits right into place. And yes, it's
no slide.
Nope. Wow, that's crazy.
It rolls. Slides right in. It's literally just a hair bigger than the axle hole. So you have to force it in there, which is why you don't need glue. Again, if you're not big on that cap, doesn't give you a simple and easy custom. And it will roll. So we're gonna do the same thing on the back one. Pop to the end. I do keep these axles for a lot of crazy other things because I will glue them together. So keep all your axles because they make great roll cages when you really want to get crazy. They also make great hold downs when you cut a wheel open or cut a car apart so much to stick an engine in it or do something custom where you can create an axle cover. It just creates its own axle hold down. So I'll bend it in a U shape and glue it down and create an axle cover.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
I learned something.
I've learned a lot tonight. So
yeah, that I'm nuts and I have too many Hot Wheels.
no, like
No.
the piano wire I've never heard of before.
Right.
The Ally wheels or the Ally
Ally Express.
Ally Express. I'm gonna go check that out for sure.
Kevin
Because
turned me on to that.
I have all sorts of projects that I want to work with. So
Yep. So it's the same thing. We create the bigger wheel. Same thing. You just slide it in. You're literally going to slide it in. You don't have to break the tabs if you're doing it this way. Just slide it into place. Get your width. Pop it back out. Quick cut. Quick press in. Like press in nails for the girls. I'm sure there's 2 or 3 girls on this thing that heard us.
oh yeah.
Pop it in. Snaps into place. Now you have a large and small wheel on the back on the car.
That's so cool.
Snaps back into place.
I mean, and this just takes you a matter of minutes to do.
You just watch me do that, start to finish.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Right. Completely changes the appearance of the car. It also, again, it keeps the rake the same because I didn't change the rake. Now, again, you have to play with the axle a little bit because it's thicker. So that's where these files come in. If I don't care if they roll 100% because it's going in that case, it spins. But if you want it to roll, you just take the file, clean out the channel of hair, and it'll roll just as free as anything else. You see the front ones are turning easily anyway.
Yeah.
But the back ones are massive. They need a little tweaking.
Yeah.
So it only takes a couple of minutes.
That's still super cool, though.
How much harder is it to use metal bases?
The same process. I can pop them.
And he gone.
He gone. Well, wait for him to come back here in just a second. I've learned
cool.
a lot.
Yeah,
tonight.
I have a lot of research that I'm going to be doing tonight. So, because I have, a project car right here. This is another project car of mine that I'm currently in the process of working with. So yeah. And this is one that I would like to tweak because I think that it needs different wheels than those black wheels. So
what is that? Is that a
I need
Chevelle?
to fix this because this is annoying. Yeah, this is a 65 Chevelle Easter. Metal body, metal base. I have a few, so I'm going to drill one of these and switch it out. But yeah, that's super cool. I've learned a lot.
And that's what this point of these tutorials are. It's to show little tips and tricks and different ways of doing things and kind of introduce you to some other customizers. And the great thing is that Wayne will teach you anything that he knows. He is not afraid to share information.
Apparently, I can't teach myself how to stop knocking you guys off when I move the phone.
You're fine.
You're okay.
Same thing applies, right? We're going to take a metal car.
Okay.
We're going to take a premium. We're just going to pop it open. We're going to do the exact same thing. And yes, if anybody ever has any questions, I'm on your club. I'm in C4. I have no problem helping. I love this hobby. I think it's something we all can get behind and share. This is not exclusive. I'm not going to get rich selling these wheel swaps. No one else will either. But it's fun. And that's what the hobby's about. The hobby's supposed to be fun. So, do the same thing. It's only got one hole. Makes it a little easier, a little quicker. We drill in, The metal ones do the same thing. As far as getting it to the starting point, it's the same thing. Here. And I do have my drill set at a torque rating so it doesn't ever drill you. That's something I would recommend if your drill has a torque setting. Keep it on a low torque so that you can't over drill. That's why you keep it that noise. There's no duck here.
Yeah.
Pop it open. And you don't need a big fancy drill. 12 volts. I got a 20 just because I use so many of them. Same thing applies. It's still got
20.
the same, there you go. Same thing applies. It's still got the same 3 tongs. But you want to do the same thing. The only difference is here. Find those. Take a screwdriver, and you have to pry the tips open a little bit. So you have to kind of get in and wedge it and peel the tip back. What you need to do is you got to pry it open a little more. The metal, it's the same process. I always recommend when you have the prongs, put the screwdriver right there and pry them open. Don't try to get them all at once. You just want to move one piece. So I'm going to try to do this while you can see it. Very carefully do this because this is where your thumb gets stabbed. You get to a certain point, the axle will start to wiggle. Take your screwdriver. Pop it right out. And just walk it right out.
Yeah, I just learned something.
This
Yeah,
is still
same here.
intact. That's still intact. There's a million ways to do it. A lot of people grind them off. A lot of people grind them down. Again, the more you grind, the dirtier things get, right?
Yep.
So little shavings end up everywhere. It also affects the ability to snap another axle in here. If you grind this off, you can't snap another axle in. So you pry it open.
You got to glue it.
Right. Then you got to glue it. So you pry it open just enough to get the axle loose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then we're going to do the front one. Same thing. It's literally just again, it's just a 3-prong. Pop it loose. And these are the ones I usually spawn. This is what spawned me to make my own axles. Because at a certain point, I'm going to get tired of messing with this. It won't work the way I want it to because this is in the way.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
So I don't have that leverage point. So a lot of times I'll just get frustrated and pop it off and cut it, which is what I'm about to do anyway. So to do that, if you can't get them loose, just bend one side open. Take your side cutters. Cut the axle. The other side will pull right out. That's where you learn to make your own axles, and there's a reason why you make your own axles. Because
Very
you don't
nice.
wait, right? So now I don't have to wait to do what I would normally do. You can grind it, but that particular casting, because of that grill in the front, that little piece right there, this is one of those ones you want to grind off with a Dremel because they almost never come apart because you got no leverage point here.
Yeah.
Which is why I've learned I have about 40 of these if anybody wants one. The great wheel donor. I don't like the cat. As far as wheel donors, one thing I do recommend for all of you premium hunters, do it smartly. If you go to your local grocery stores, in the back corner by the bathrooms, they all have a clearance section. They put premiums on sale all the time in the back for $1 or $2.
Really?
Giants,
Didn't know that.
all the time. I went to a Giant one, I don't know, probably a couple years ago now. They had $6 premium cars for $1.25 on clearance.
Only if we had a Giant.
Well, any grocery store. So I went back there and I picked them up and I asked the manager, "Do you have any more?" He brought me 5 full cases of them for $1.25 a piece.
Wow.
That's kind of why I have 45 or 50 jammers full of Hot Wheels over here.
It makes more sense now.
Yes. Flea markets, yard sales, Hot Wheels conventions.
There it is.
that Lincoln convention. I really want to go to your Lincoln show. That looks like a great place to be. It's just not around the corner.
No, it's not.
You're a little far away.
Yeah, we got to go back out that way, your way too.
So I have a surprise for everyone on this cast. You guys are the first ones to see this. This is literally my most recent experiment in wheel swapping. The gasser, everyone's seen this gasser, right?
Yep.
The gasser is getting so hard to find. I don't know why it's a main line. It's not even a fancy car. But if you look at the wheels, look closely at those wheels. Anybody want to venture a guess where it came from?
Those look like RC wheels.
Nope.
I was thinking slot cars.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Here's the donor.
Oh. Greg.
Dang.
Greg's an RC guy. I don't know. He might not approve of that one.
A full-blown slot car wheel. And it rolls just as good as a brand new car.
That's cool.
In fact, this is for you, big guy, Kent, because I know you give me a hard time all the time. It rolls just as freely as can be. But
Nice.
because they're a soft, spongy rubber for grip,
Yeah.
they're not going to win any races.
No, but it looks cool.
But they look cool. It's appropriate. It's the right one.
Yeah.
And the one on the back of the Camaro, those are also off a slot car.
Oh, man.
I was going to say that.
Watch the wheel. It's spongy. It's hollow on the inside.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is, Kevin, if you're out there, this is what I'm going to blow you away with next month.
Oh.
We're having a build off. So, going back to those M2 wheels. But again, I'm a big fan of it. Doesn't matter. M2 wheels.
Yep.
On the Camaro. Now the Camaro that these wheels are for is in the paint stripper, so that's kind of why it's going to pop up real quick. It's actually been repainted a different color. But that M2 wheel pops right onto a Camaro body. Quickly, easily. Boom.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You can make a Camaro look better.
Kent is biased to hating Camaros, so he has problems already. So,
and that's okay because the best car on the planet's a Mustang.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on now. You can't.
I'm more of a Chevelle guy. So,
oh, Chevelle.
65 and 79. So,
okay, 6 Chevelles. Hang on a second. Let's go take a look at some Mustangs.
Here
we go.
A Ford Edsel, the greatest car ever made.
Let's go look at some custom Mustangs.
Oh, wow.
Those are pretty.
They go all the way up the wall.
Wow. So what did you think of that new green Mustang that they just put out in the last couple cases ago?
I know which one you're referring to. Let's go grab it, and I'll show you what I thought of it. So bear with me. It's in one of these cases.
Because that's a neat Mustang. When that one came out, I was like, wow, that looks really good. Because it's calm. It's not doing anything crazy with it. It looks good.
The 64 green one?
Yeah.
Where is it? Bear with me.
I don't know.
I have it customized already. That's what I was trying to find it. I don't leave the wheels on anything.
I hear you.
This one?
No, that's a Chevelle.
Here's the newest Porsche that just came out.
I'm talking about the Mustang, not Porsche.
No.
Okay, let's go get the Mustangs. They're over here.
Uh-oh.
He's referring to this one in green. Correct?
Yeah, the 65 fastback.
Right, well, there's the same wheel we put on the 510.
Okay.
Same car. These are actually, if we look at those wheels, those are Racing Champion race car wheels.
Wow. That looks
That
good.
actually looked really good on those.
Right.
Wow.
These are Johnny Lightning wheels.
That's sharp. Like the yellow lettering on it. It really
Right. Yep.
Excuse me. It
And
just
that's-
shows that raceness.
Yep. It creates.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
I don't know, but I'm
he
starting
go?
to freeze. I'm freezing up too. So
We might be.
he's still there.
He's there. I think he might be too far away from the Wi-Fi.
That could be. Chevelle's
Wayne,
awesome.
are you still with me? Yes, Chevelle's. The 79 and 80 Malibus are awesome. I love that
Yes,
car.
they are. So do I. They're there.
Yeah, I know why. Nice.
I ripped it and drilled it all in one
Oh,
night.
there he
Anyway,
went.
we've officially lost Wayne again.
We
Third
lost
time's the
Wayne.
charm.
Well,
Yes.
we also should probably wrap this up here pretty soon too. So
Yeah, because we can sit and do this all night. So
yeah,
there.
but
I now have a dragster or a funny car.
I just want to throw this up there between Corey and Wayne sometime.
Oh yeah, it'd be good. I'd like to see.
Who want?
I think we need to do like a club build off. Give everybody a certain period of time and a
Oh, there he is.
certain casting, and just let everybody kind of do what they want to do.
So, by all means, I will open the floor up to questions if anyone has any. In the meantime, I'm going to tantalize you and teach you just a teeny bit. Mustangs. Again, so for the wheel swaps, right? Simple Mustang. This is a stock. This is 100% stock. You guys can see that?
Yep.
That is 100% Mattel stock Mustang. I can't leave anything alone, so I take that same car, put new wheels on it, but I also put it in RIT dye and made it darker.
Oh yeah,
So now it's more of a mustard color to make the wheel match.
that was a Joe Benda thing for a long time too, wasn't it?
Joe hooked me up to that, got me addicted to dyeing cars.
Do you still have any?
Here's
Do you
one
still have?
really cool. This was blue, put it in yellow dye, makes it green,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got new wheels on it. I didn't again. See the butt screw? Looks just like the rivet.
That's crazy.
That's the cool part. But yeah, you can kind of get a little overboard with customs and cutting and wheels.
But as
There's
long
no
as you're
limit.
having fun, who cares, right?
That's why there's my Snake and Mongoose collection, my Mustang collection, my Bone Shaker collection, my 55 collection, my 57 collection. Again, these are just cars. I have fun with them, and that's what everybody needs to remember. These things are just toys, and they're just to have fun with. So,
Wow. Look at them all.
55. Anybody need a gasser? 55 gassers. Almost every one of them in here has the wheels on it.
Well, you don't have a burned one.
No, I do not have the burned one. Here's
Wow.
some custom wheels, new
That's
motor.
a super, isn't it?
I know it was just it was the stock version.
How was it?
Yep, but I changed the motor, and you can look at it from the view.
Yeah.
I basically just put a snorkel on it. But every one of these cars has a new set of wheels on for whatever reason. Big, little, tiny, small. It just changes their look.
Yeah.
Now,
Here's one of my favorite customs.
Oh, that's nice. That's off of Johnny Lightning.
These are yes, it's a Johnny Lightning logo. A friend of mine 3D printed me some motors. So I have these big blown motors in my cars now.
I like them. Those are cool.
Here's the one. This is what I want to show everybody real quick. I think it's funny. This is the one that came in the case. Right? Beautiful 55 gas. Somebody asked me what's one of my expensive cars. Technically, this was a $50, $60 car. Because there it is in green.
Oh, wow.
Same car. Dyed and put it in yellow dye. Turns the car green and the logo is yellow.
That is crazy.
Isn't that cool?
That's bad. I still remember when you were doing these.
Yep. You mean the dips?
Yeah, the hydro dipping.
The hydro dip.
Hydro dipping.
Oh, here you go. Here's the hydro dip 55. If you can imagine it, I've probably done it to a Hot Wheels car.
That is so cool. And just to see the different wide range of them is really cool.
Here's the for wheel swappers. Anybody recognize that wheel?
I can't see it.
I'm
having difficulties with my computer.
That's a Jada.
Correct. That's a Jada set of wheels. Look how big they are.
They're huge.
But that's the kind of wheel you would put on that car. You put some big old fatties on them.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That looks good.
Same thing. The blue one dyed green. I don't leave anything alone. These are stock, by the way. These are the only 2 stock ones in there. And that's just because I won't cut them. But this is my custom paint jobs, custom motors. There's nothing you can't do to these cars. There's really nothing you can't do to them.
No.
Nice.
It's all about how far you're willing to take it and what you want to try. So if anybody has any questions, by all means, we'll open the floor here. We can do, you guys can chat with me. I'll answer any questions you have. I will happily put a video together where I'm not moving around and do a couple more wheel swaps for you there. But it's really, as you can see, it does not take only a couple of minutes to do a wheel swap.
No.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming on tonight for sure.
Oh, it's talking about Hot Wheels. Come on now.
I know, right?
I love talking about Hot Wheels. The biggest piece of advice I can give anyone listening to this: have fun. You know, these are toys. They're just toys. Don't try to. You're not going to find the gold. You're not going to find the Holy Grail out there.
No.
And unfortunately, it's a Camaro anyway, so no one owns it anyhow. But everyone's got their opinion about what's their most, their piece, what they like, and it's just a personal taste. Do whatever you like, have fun with it. But again, I cannot stress that enough. This whole thing is about having fun, sharing your experience with people. I know Ken's giving away. Brett, you probably done the same thing. I know you give away Hot Wheels at Halloween. We gave away Hot Wheels this year at Halloween with candy bars, and my wife heard the kids specifically say, "This is the coolest house in the neighborhood. We got toys."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I'm happy. Again, I got so many of them to get rid of. It's crazy, but there's nothing you can't do. So if there's something you have a question about or want to ask questions about, feel free to.
Okay, I've got one.
Yep.
Okay. Do you use oil at all to lubricate the tips of your drill bits to save them or to avoid the metal on metal friction?
Now, I do if I'm using my drill press and when I do the customs for a convention, I'm doing 150, 200 cars. I will on the drill press because it's going to get hot. But doing them like this, 1 or 2 at a time, that drill bit will last you, depending on how many you do. They last 6-8 months.
Okay.
For the novice, I'm not going to kid anybody. I go through drill bits probably once a month, but I do 100 of them a month.
Wow.
This is what I do when I'm not at work and I'm not stressed out, and my wife's upstairs watching Jeopardy or she's still asleep early mornings on the weekends. I'll come down into my little cave and this is where I play.
There you go.
It's up against they're everywhere. This entire room is full of Hot Wheels.
Yeah, I've seen a few pictures. This is my little man cave.
Well, that was my old house. This is my new house.
Yeah, I remember seeing the old house.
They were everywhere.
Oh, yeah, the old house was way worse than this. I had a living room, a dining room, a great room,
The
a
stairs,
hallway, the stairway.
stairwell.
My daughter went to college. I took her room. I mean, it was pretty obsessed. But
So-
just, you know, in that whole thing, it's all about having fun with them.
Yep.
So I know too, when the pandemic was kind of at its height and things were starting to open up out there, which it seemed to take a little bit longer. They did the C4 meets out at your house too, didn't they?
We did a couple of them at my house, out in my front yard.
That's awesome. I mean, I can remember Wesley Craig. They were doing the races on live video from their driveway and stuff.
Yep.
Everybody would just
We ran the racetrack down my driveway.
awesome.
But yeah, it was
crazy.
It's a new world, right? We had to find some other place to play. So
That's
yeah,
why we're doing. That's why we're doing this right here.
Yep. Yeah, we did hot dogs and sodas and chips, and I learned the hard way that the sun and Hot Wheels don't mix, because I left a couple of them out in the sun, and they kind of, some of my cousins kind of didn't like the sun, so the paint job's blistered. But
Well,
it's all about having fun. I mean, I can't tell you. Again, there's just no way to describe the cheap high. It's what it is. It's a cheap high. It's a thrill, right? It's $1 car, $1 set of wheels. It's $2-3, and I have a completely different Hot Wheel.
Yep.
Right? It's a premium.
that's
It's still
pretty.
plastic based, but it looks like a premium.
Yeah,
But
it does.
And literally, this is $2 worth of car. Because again, that's the whole point, right? The premiums get a little expensive. That's why I suggest flea markets, yard sales, other obsessed collectors like ourselves who will help people get them. $5-6 for a wheel swap. It gets a little pricey because a premium now. I mean, I think the last time I looked at one, they're like $650 now.
Yeah, they've
Yep.
definitely gone up a little bit.
Right. When I started this, they were like $2, $2.95.
Yep.
Which is kind of why this is the way it is. But what happens, and you'll all do it, and I know everyone on this chat's had it or will have it eventually. You'll open up a box that's just been in your garage or in your shed or in your basement or in your attic that you forgot you had, and you'll find a whole new stack of cars. I found 3 hot cases full of Boulevards, the original Boulevards
Wow.
that I bought for wheel swaps probably 10 years ago.
Oh.
Forgot I had them. So yeah, it's all about just have fun, man. I mean, I can't stress that enough.
Well, we appreciate
right.
you coming on tonight. We definitely
Sure.
do. We learned a lot, and I can't wait to look up some wheels here in a little bit. So
Anytime, I will find the link and I'll put it on your club page.
cool. I appreciate it, Wayne. Thank you very much.
Anytime. Anybody have any questions, reach out to me.
Wayne's already ripped his cars tonight. Brent's already ripped his. I haven't ripped mine. I'm gonna do this one first. The Edsel.
Oh, come on, that's not ripping a car.
Hold on. There it is. I don't have this one, so it's going into the case. And to end the night. Oh yeah.
That I love you guys, but I'm not ripping that.
No, I have that loose though. I got it. I found it at a toy show for $5.
I can top that.
I just got my
And
damn it. I just got my second one. I was gonna pop that box open and tear it open right in front of you. Go ahead, tear it open.
Here's the other one for tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, we don't need this.
Yeah, it's not the Chase case anyway, right? I would have opened mine if it was the Chase anyway. I don't care.
Yeah, it's one of those cardboard. Is the important part then.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
we do need a new door handle. Or
What
thing,
happened
'cause
to the?
It's there, but it's got beat up a little bit.
Oh,
There
Yeah.
it is.
nice.
Send it to me. I'll change the wheels for you.
All right. Well,
You
I
only
actually
have
have one. I actually have one to rip tonight. I'm gonna rip
Uh-oh.
a green light Corral Police K9 Blazer. So
Hold
for
on.
Jimmy.
Hold on, rip it. Don't cut it. Come on now.
How you gonna
No.
rip this?
I'm just messing with you, buddy.
I was gonna say. I was like, you can't rip these. That's why they don't get stolen.
If you can rip those, I'm not messing with you ever again.
Right? Yeah, these I mean, you can once you get it cut, yeah, you can rip it, but
Right. Yep. But again, as you can all say, just like everyone on the video, they're more fun out of the bag.
oh yeah, and they roll way better.
Yeah, don't they? They
And-
roll. It's so much more fun.
And there's always
Unless
these cool, neat things where it looks like a pickup now.
Yeah.
unless it's the 64 GMC panel from Charlotte, that doesn't roll.
Some of them do,
Really?
but just
We had two on one night, and they rolled up maybe an eighth of an inch.
the hood
Combined.
doesn't open. Boo.
All right, folks, that's all we've got for you tonight. Thank you again, Wayne, for coming on and being a part of this. We greatly appreciate you and everything that you've done for us tonight. Catch us all Sunday live in Elmwood, 10 to 3 out at Quonset Bar and Grill. I don't have anything else. What about you, Brent?
Good night.
All right,
I got it.
laters.
Say it.